Hi, Simple and Howard. Welcome back. So now that it's after spring break, we're going to be doing something different with writing and read aloud. Writing and read aloud are going to be separate. So each week in writing, you're going to have two lessons. The lessons are broken up into two parts. You'll have a grammar part, part A, and then part B is going to be writing work. This is just like a lesson in the classroom. So once again, you're going to have two writing lessons. Each lesson is going to have a part A and a part B. Today, we're going to do writing lesson part A, and we're going to focus on grammar. So our objectives today are posted. We have two objectives. Scholars will be able to identify and write adverbs, and scholars will be able to plan their answers. We're going to focus right now on the first objective. That's our grammar objective. Scholars will be able to identify and write adverbs. So, what is an adverb? An adverb tells more about a verb. So, a verb is something that people do. So, the adverb is going to tell us more about that. An adverb tells where, when, or how. So I came up with this CFS for finding an adverb. So when you're trying to find the adverb, your first job is to find the verb or the action in the sentence. After you find the action, you're going to have the thinking job. You're going to think, what word tells me more about the verb or the action? So two parts of the CFS. First, find the verb. Second part, think, what word tells me more about the verb or the action? So here's a little anchor chart. I wanted to give you some examples of adverbs. So adverbs, like we said, tell where, when, or how. So a lot of times they're going to end in ly. So examples of adverbs are easily, happily, loudly, quickly, quietly, sadly, silently, slowly. Sometimes they're going to tell us how often something happens. So always, every day, frequently, never. Seldom means it only happens once in a while. Sometimes it could also tell us when something's happening. So did it happen yesterday? Did it happen today? Did it happen now? Did it happen before or after? And then last but not least, adverbs are going to tell us where something happens. So is it happening inside? Is it happening outside? Is it happening everywhere? Here, at home, away? Those are where words. We're going to do some practice right now. So remember that an adverb is going to tell us about the verb. So I run. In this sentence, the verb, the thing that I'm doing is run. So I need to think of a word that tells me more about the verb. So I'm thinking about the way that I run and the way that you guys run. And I would say an adverb that would fit perfectly here is quickly. I run quickly. I want everybody to show me running quickly right now. Okay, good. Now stop. Okay. A woman screams. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about a woman screaming. You can also use this picture as a clue. So you can open your eyes and look at this picture and visualize it in your head. A woman screams. The verb here is screams. Open your eyes. The verb here is screams. So now I'm thinking about a word to describe how the woman is screaming. So I'm thinking that the woman screams loudly. Everybody can hear it. It's loudly. So the verb is screams. The way that she's screaming is loudly. That would be our adverb. Okay. We talk. For this, I wanted to think of two people that I can use as an example. So I used Miss Kim and Miss Polenkars. We talk. Do we talk seldom? Do we talk never? Do we talk sometimes? I think a good way to describe me and Miss Kim is that we talk frequently. That means we talk a lot. So I'm going to say we talk frequently. The verb is talk, and then the word describing it is frequently, which shows how often we talk. Okay. So now we're going to play a fun little game. So our first job in the sentences is to find the verb. And then we're going to think, what does the verb tell me? What word tells me about the verb? So we're going to find the verb, and then using the verb, we're going to find the adverb. Okay, we're gonna start right there. Let's use this for the first example. Miss Polencars talks loudly. What's the verb? Think about what Miss Polencars is doing in the sentence. I want you to say it. If you said talks, you're right. So then I want to think about how is Miss Polencars talking? And Miss Polencars is talking loudly. So that is my adverb. Now, I want you to think, is this showing me how Miss Polencars is talking? If you think it's how, you're going to show me one finger. If you think it's showing me when Miss Polencars is talking, you're going to show me two fingers. And if you think it's showing me where Miss Polencars is talking, you're going to show me three fingers. Does loudly show me how, when, or where? Boom, boom, show. So I know that everybody should have one up. This is showing me how Miss Polencars is talking. Oop, I'm going to go back. Okay. For our next example, we're going to do it together. We're looking for the verb, and then we're going to use that to find our adverb. Layla always takes the bus. What is Layla doing in the sentence? The verb is whisper it. If you said takes, you are right. If you said Layla, that's a noun. That's who in the sentence. We're not looking for the who. We're looking at what Layla is doing. So Layla is taking. What she's taking is the bus. So now I'm going to think about a word that tells me more about taking the bus. So I'm thinking that, and my adverb is always. Now, is always telling me how she takes the bus? Is it telling me when she takes the bus? Or is it telling me where she takes the bus? If you think it's how, you're going to show me one finger. If you think it's when, you're going to show me two fingers. If you think it's where, you're going to show me three fingers. Boom, boom, show. I tricked you. So you should be holding up two fingers. Layla always takes the bus. Always is telling me when she's taking the bus. Okay, last but not least. Justin looked up. What's my verb? If you said looked is the verb, that's what Justin's doing, you are absolutely right. Now I'm going to think what word tells me about looking? Which word describes more details about looking? My adverb is up. So now I want you to think, is up telling me how Justin looks? Is it telling me when Justin looks? Or is it telling me where Justin looks? Boom, boom, show. Everybody should be holding up three fingers. This is showing me where Justin is looking. Okay, so now it's your turn to go through and find some adverbs. So after this is done, you are going to follow these steps. You're going to go to Google Classroom. You're going to select your class. Then you're going to go to the classwork at the top of the page. You're going to go to writing, and you're going to complete Lesson 1, Part A, Grammar Adverbs. Make sure you have your name. It's going to test your knowledge on adverbs.